Okay, stay tuned at the end of my video for a giveaway. Morning. Here's the verse for today. Mark 2:17. On hearing this, Jesus said to them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." Today is going to be a wonderful day. I can feel it. Now I look like a pirate. Does my face look dirty? I've recently got this new part-time, very temporary job of going into a almond orchard and taking like a PVC pipe and knocking down almonds off of trees, which in my childhood we had done. Every year we would go out there with a big, we would have like big mallets, like a thing of wood and then a big rubber mallet at the top and hit the big branches and make the nuts fall down. Or we would use pipes like that and knock them down. Anyway, I did that today, so I might look a little dirty. But anyway, here's the verse again, Mark 2:17. On hearing this, Jesus said to them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." So Jesus came up to this guy and he said, "I want you to follow me." His name was Levi. He happened to be what they call a tax collector. Tax collectors had this bad reputation of taking too much, like taking more than was actually required of the people, and then the tax collectors would keep the extra. Jesus was out ministering to people, and he said, "I want you to come and be one of my followers, you know." And he said, "Okay." And then that night he had dinner with Levi, and Levi had a lot of his tax collector friends and other friends there. These really religious people, they saw what he was doing, and he's like, they asked Jesus' disciples, he's like, "Why is he eating with sinners like that?" That's where this verse comes in. On hearing this, Jesus said to them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." The thought that came to mind was, are we dependent on Jesus? Because I asked myself, do I consider myself healthy or sick? At first I thought, I'm healthy in this context. But then I thought, no. If I say that I'm healthy, then I'm kind of separating myself from Jesus. You know what? I need to view myself as sick. Even though I have accepted Jesus as my Savior and I want to live for Him, if I start thinking that it's good enough, then I'm not letting Jesus do His work that He wants to do. I need Jesus. I need Him all the time. I want to be dependent on Jesus, because the minute that I start thinking that I don't need Jesus for something, that's the moment when I'm pretty much saying, my plan is better than your plan, Jesus. If I go down that path, it's going to lead to like failure and destruction. That's kind of a harsh term, but it's pretty much it. If I believe what the Bible says, that Jesus is the only way, and He's the truth, and He's the life, then anything that I try to do myself is gonna be like way under what God can do for me. That's why I want my prayer to be, I need you. The Bible says that our good works, the things that we think are good, they're just like dirty rags compared to what the standard is. And dirty rags don't just mean like, oh, you washed your car with some rags and now they're dirty, or you wiped up some grease with your rags. It's talking about filthier things than that, and you can use your imagination, but that's what God's comparing our good works to, the things that we think are good. So I want to be dependent on Jesus. It sounds really weird, but I want to be sick. I want to view myself as I need a doctor. The Bible is so full of so many great verses. I mean, the whole thing, I can't even say enough. Like, me trying to explain right now, I feel like I'm doing it in an injustice. Okay, there's a reason why I sat here in front of my books. You see all these books right here, and even down here? These are books that I found that I want to give away on my channel. I've just never got around to doing it. I'm gonna give away a book now. This book, Not a Fan, by Kyle Idleman, but it's the teen edition. You see, I have 2 other copies of Not a Fan, but they're the regular edition, I guess. But I saw this in the store, and I didn't know there was a teen edition. So I'm going to give this away. It once belonged to Maddie Phillips. Maddie Phillips. So, thank her if you ever see her, if you know her. All you have to do is be subscribed and leave a comment saying, not a fan. It is a good book. I read it, like, as I said. So it talks about not just being a fan, like, oh, you know, I like that sports team, I'm a fan. No, getting involved, being a follower, like being on the team. So which kind of goes with what I was saying, like Levi, Jesus asked Levi to follow him, and he said, yeah. Be subscribed and comment not a fan, and you're entered. You have today and tomorrow, which is November 1st, to enter. And then on November 2nd, I'll announce who it is, who won the book. So I'm finally starting it. Gonna give away all these books. So stay tuned for more giveaways in the future. And as always, keep hanging with Jesus, y'all. Do you like my bell collection? Dang it! I just broke my little drummer boy bell. No! Look at how sad he is. Or creepy. Never noticed how creepy he is.